Welcome to the class. My name is Omid Kazavan. I will be your host. Now, the name of this class is How to Drastically Improve Your Credit Score Without Wasting Money on Expensive Credit Repair Services, even if you have no clue where to start. So let's do a quick sound and sight test. Now, if you can hear me and see the screen, press number 3. Once again, if you can hear me and see the screen, press number 3. And if you're having connection issues, you can't hear me or anything like that, there should be a reconnect button somewhere that you can press to restart everything as well. So make sure if you're on a laptop or a mobile device that you shut down any other applications. Give this class your undivided attention and internet bandwidth. Now, just a heads up, you don't see me on the screen here, but I will have an assistant who will be helping out in the chat. I will be 100% focused on the presentation. I have a ton of information to get through. Now, if you do have a question, post it in the chat box and my assistant will assist you. Or you can just hold it towards the end because I'm doing a Q&A session where I'm going to answer your questions. Now, specifically, I'm going to show you what I did to improve my credit score from 500 all the way up to 800 plus. And I've helped thousands of other people improve their credit score as well. This has allowed people just like you to go on to buy cars, homes, start businesses, and take back control of their financial situation. Now, as a matter of fact, here are a few images. Here are a few results from our students. These are people who invest in their financial future and have enrolled into the Do-It-Yourself Finance Blueprint. On the left, you have Sarah. Sarah just started her credit score, as you could see, within the first 30 days of doing what we taught her. She was able to see a 36-point increase. That's just the first month. Imagine what it's going to be after she consistently does it. And then on the right, we have Carl. Carl had a lot of negative accounts reporting to his credit, tanked his credit, and within the first 2 months, he was able to get all of these negative accounts removed. Now, my goal for this webinar is to teach you the fastest way to improve your credit without paying for expensive credit repair services, and to empower you to take action on improving your financial situation. I'm excited because I've taught this class a lot, and each time it was just amazing to see people get that aha moment, and then they start taking steps to change your life for the better at the end. At the end of this class, they can do just that. Now, to really break this down a little bit, I will show you how to build your credit score quickly and permanently. Even if you have bad, low, or no credit, I will show you my 7-step process for removing negative items from your credit. I'm talking late payments, collections, charge-offs, public records, all that nasty stuff from your past that's holding you back. You can leverage your improved mindset, finance your knowledge and credit to obtain homes, cars, and rental properties without getting the nod. And I'm going to show you how to do this even if you don't know where to start. You do not need to be a financial expert for this to work, by the way. Now you're going to learn my 3 secrets to reaching your credit goals today. Secret number 1 is how to remove negative items from your credit report. Secret number 2 is how to improve your credit without being a credit expert. And secret number 3 is how to improve your credit when you are short on time, because no one has time these days. Now, so we know what this class is about, right? But who is this for? If you are a do-it-yourself type of person, this class is for you if you want to stop renting a home or a rental property. This class is for you if you want to build wealth, save more, become financially free. So if you're a person who wants more than what they're getting right now and you're tired of not getting what you deserve, if that sounds like you, you are in the right place. Because sometimes you're just tired of paying someone else's mortgage. So, for example, we have on the left Jacob, who's able to improve his credit score by nearly 100 points in just a month. By following my system and with the assistance of his wife, they were able to buy their dream home. And then we have Julio on the right, who's finally able to get a home after removing a bankruptcy that was weighing down his credit. These are people who are just like you, who wanted real results and took action. Now, if you stay until the end of this class, I will sweeten the pot and provide you a gift. I want to help you on your credit repair journey, and I will tell you this. If you make it to the end of the class and participate in the Q&A session, I'm going to send it right into your inbox. If you feel that improving your credit on your own in the past, it's not your fault. If you've been concerned in the past that you can't succeed with improving your credit on your own, put those fears to rest. So credit repair companies want you to think that you can't improve your credit score quickly and permanently without them, but that is not true. If you ever thought the banks, the school system, credit repair companies, debt collectors, and sometimes even your own friends and family want you to fail, you probably are right. But with that being said, it's 100% on you to make this work, and I'm going to show you exactly how to get that done in this class, despite what happened to you in the past. So you might be wondering, who is Omid Kazavan, and why should I listen to him out of all the other credit gurus and experts? What makes him so special? That's a really good question. Some of you may know me and some of you may not know me. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a background so you know who you're dealing with and why I'm so confident in what I'll be teaching today. My name is Omit Kazavan, and I'm the owner of the brand Credit Repair Monster and the Finance Blueprint. I run a successful credit repair company, and I mentored a lot of people that you know and love in the credit repair industry. Also, I have a loving, caring, and super dope girlfriend named Kara, and we also travel every 2 to 3 months, invest 50% of our income into real estate, stock market, and so on and so forth. It's all because we took control of our finances and, more importantly, our credit, and moved systematically towards our goals with proven systems. I wrote a best-selling book called Always Be Closing, and I used to be a national speaker for a guy by the name of Tony Robbins. I traveled around the country and delivered over 800 seminars to people just like you, teaching about life and finances. However, that's where I'm at now, and I wasn't always this. I wasn't always crazy about finances and generational wealth. I actually really didn't know anything at first, and I stumbled upon the best way to improve my credit after a lot of trial and error. I grew up in Miami in a single-parent household. I knew nothing about money, and my mom used to work 2 jobs and go to school full-time to be able to help raise me. My dad was never around, though, but his absence molded how I look at finances, so him not being there for me made me want to be there for my family even more. Long story short, I did not really care about finances until about the age of 12, and I know that's super young, right? As time passed, my mom was going through school and she ended up landing a great job as a nurse, but unfortunately she was working all the hours of the day in order to provide for us, and I was just at home with my books. Now, a little bit more about my background. I'm Iranian, and my family immigrated here with absolutely nothing during the Iranian Revolution. My grandpa took a risk and moved his 6 kids with my grandma over to the US for a better life. My family built what you would call the American dream from absolutely nothing. I watched all the struggles everyone went through, all the failures, all the pain, and I've watched my uncles get it all and lose everything. So have you ever wanted to help someone that you love but couldn't? And I can tell you that that's a terrible feeling, and I know you can relate. I didn't have the knowledge, I didn't have the money, and I didn't have the network to help my family who did so much for me. I was so young. So for the first time in my life, I was looking for the answer to questions I didn't know I should have. I studied every single day, and I'm not going to lie, doing all those things, and when you study all day on something, you get tremendous progress. But it took me a lot of time to truly grasp everything. I got pissed because I realized that in high school and college, the basic financial principles were not taught. They were teaching me to be an employee. They weren't teaching me how to be financially literate. They were teaching me to be dependent. So this stuff works. Not only has it worked for me, but it has worked for my family and for my clients and my friends. Now you're probably thinking, why are you telling me this? I learned everything that got us to the life that we have today and beyond by books, seeking out people who had the life I wanted and the knowledge I needed, failing a lot and wasting a lot of time and money. The good news is that you won't have to go through all of that to get the results. Omid went and did it. Omid went through that, and hopefully you don't have to go through that. So it's all about executing on what you're learning. They always say knowledge is power, but the true power comes in the execution. And if I can do it, you can do it, especially if you're willing to put in the work. So after helping myself and teaching all my friends and family members, I went on to teach others what I know, and I created the Finance Blueprint, which is a step-by-step DIY academy that shows you how to improve your credit, buy a home, buy a car, invest in the stock market, and of course, budget all on your own. Now, the Finance Blueprint is like the financial equivalent of Netflix. You get an amazing step-by-step detailed course that will help you save money and build wealth for a low price. So instead of Netflix and chill, you can Finance Blueprint and bill. Now, my students that use the Financial Blueprint, they're homeowners, they're car owners, they're business owners. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that I'm really good at personal finance, but maybe even better at teaching personal finance and breaking down complex topics to simple, easy to understand advice the average person can implement. Some of you in this class might have the excuse that you're not good with money, nobody ever taught me, we didn't talk about money, I tried repairing my credit in the past and it didn't work, I don't know where to start. What if I make a mistake? Yeah, I used to feel that way too, and I understand where you're coming from. You've been through harder things in your life than learning to improve your credit to reach your goals. Trust me. So when I say this works, it works. So after years of study and figuring out for my mom, myself, my friends, and then turning my knowledge into a personal finance company and doing it for others, and then showing people how to do it on their own, I have been able to refine the process. And right now I'm going to teach you how to do this. So we're going to cover 3 secrets again. Secret number 1 is how to remove negative items from your credit report. Secret number 2 is how to improve your credit without being a credit expert. And last but not least, secret number 3 is how to improve your credit when you are short on time. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. The first very secret that I want to talk about is I want to teach you how to remove negative items from your credit report. This is a very specific process that you need to follow, and it's one part of credit improvement in cleaning up your past. I'm going to show you exactly what a credit repair company will charge you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to do. The idea of disputing negative items and getting removed from your credit report is hard. Like I did that. It's hard or confusing. It's just crazy. You'll hear of several different marketing gimmicks from credit repair companies on how their disputing practices are the best. You'll hear terms like attorney-based disputing, credit sweeps, etc., right? So they are really following a 7-step process for each and every client. You might be like, well, Omid, how do you know this? Well, because all successful companies run off processes and procedures. They have to have repeatable processes. So if they can train new hires in the way of doing things, you just need to know the process so you can mimic it for yourself and get the results that you want and need. So let's take a look at the disputing process to get negative items off of your credit report. Here's the process in a nutshell. Step 1 is you have to pull your credit report and do a proper audit. You have to go line by line to see if anything seems out of whack. Then you want to highlight those errors or negative items and categorize them by type. Then you want to dispute in writing based on the type of account and then follow up every 30 days with stronger language. Warning, let me just jump out and put this here. Do you know why your credit score is different across all 3 credit bureaus? Have you ever looked at your credit report and scores and see that they're different and think, why is that? Now, the reason why your scores varies because not all creditors deal with all 3 bureaus. Some places that you do business with only deal with 1 or 2 places. And you know something else? Even if you get your credit score directly from the credit bureaus as an Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, that's not the actual score that the lender will pull. Isn't that crazy? That's why it's important to know what is on your credit report versus the actual score. Knowing the data within the credit report is more important than the actual score. Content is king. And I'll repeat that your credit report content is king. However, the credit report is created by the data within each bureau. So we ensure the credit bureaus only have accurate and positive data, aka accurate and positive content. We guarantee an excellent credit score regardless of where you obtain your credit score. Now I want you to write this down. Write down that content is king. Also, you have a different credit score depending on what you're applying for. If you're applying for a credit card, your credit score would be different than if you're applying for a mortgage or an auto loan. Why? Well, each lender is judging you slightly different based on what I'm going to show you in secret number 2. But I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, all right? Now, there are many types of accounts and dispute flows, but let's start with the most common one that's generally found on 70% of credit reports, and I'm talking about a collection. So let me give you an example of how to properly dispute a collection on your credit report. Now, the biggest mistake I see when people start disputing is that they only dispute with the credit bureaus and they do it online. Never, never, ever, 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 ever dispute online. When you do that, you waive your rights to sue, okay? You waive your right to seek legal solutions, a court solution. You want to retain your rights to sue for possible later rounds. So the second issue I see is that people do not dispute with the actual debt collector or original creditor. Now, frankly, the average person just, doesn't know how to do this. But many credit repair companies skip this part also. Now, you might be saying, well, why do credit repair companies skip this? Because they process everyone the same. Remember, it's a business, and disputing with the debt collector and original creditor adds complexity, and it's way more expensive, but you need this done so you can get results. You can see a bunch of icons on the screen, and I'm about to make this make sense for you. This is how a typical first round for a collection will go. You would first do an audit of your credit report, identifying the negative items that you'd want to remove. Then you want to highlight it and categorize it for your account. Since it's a collection, you know that you need to send items to the collection agency and the credit bureau. So you will see a flow up top and the flow down bottom. Now here's the thing. Many people do not know this. Most debt collectors just buy a bunch of debt off a spreadsheet and have no legal right to even collect on that debt. It's just a number game for them. So if they buy 100 non-collectible debt for 70% off and they get just a few people to pay in full or get into a payment plan, they would have made their money back really quick. So they're banking on your ignorance. So we have to make them abide by the law. We will send them a certified letter to them with language forcing them to validate the debt. Wait 5 days or so, or until we get notification that they've received it. Now, what this does is force them to stop calling us, deal with you only in writing, which is important because if you have to sue them, it freezes their ability to respond to the credit bureaus until they respond to you first, which is very important. And then you're going to immediately send a request to the credit bureaus asking them about the collection. Now, the credit bureaus by law must have accurate information on your profile, and once again, 70% of the time they don't. You're asking the credit bureaus to provide information about the date on your report, and they will take about 30 days to respond to you in writing. They have that amount of time per the law. Now, the boxing match really begins, doesn't it? But you also must have patience. So despite what you might have heard or some company has told you, you can't force the credit bureaus to respond faster. They have by law in certain instances to take 30 business days to respond. Now, there are only 3 types of responses you'll get after you send your letters. This goes to a debt collector and the credit bureaus. It's either going to be deleted, no response, or they provided proof that it should be there. So deleted means that you got exactly what you wanted and the record is removed from your credit profile. No response means the debt collector or credit bureaus didn't abide by the law and violated your rights. So you could demand a removal from your credit reports. And proof provided means the debt collectors and credit bureaus provided proof that the item should be on your credit report. Now, going back to our dispute flow, let's talk about what you should do in the instance that in number 2, you get no response from the debt collector. This means the debt collector didn't respond to you in 30 days. Now, you'll definitely know this because you have certified proof, remember? No response means that the debt collector, by law, must cease collection efforts and remove negative items placed by them on your credit report. We just need to send another certified letter reminding them that they failed to meet the requirements. We need to prove because we're going to follow up to the credit bureaus as well. Now, this time, you don't have to wait for a response. They messed up and we got proof. We then, in turn, send the proof to the credit bureaus to expedite the removal and give them 30 days to respond. Now, if the credit bureaus do not respond timely, we remind them of that error and we demand removal as well. We want this certified because we want proof they received it. Now, if the debt collector and credit bureaus fail to do what we want, we move to addressing them with the FTC lawyers and CFPB. However, 80% of instances don't get this far. Now, let's talk about what you should do in an instance like number 3, all right? You receive proof from the debt collector and credit bureaus or one or the other. The debt collector comes back with a list of documents or proof. We need to make sure they actually provided proof and not just a receipt or proof that they have bought the debt. Debt collectors are known to create fake documents, so we need to inspect everything to make sure it's legit. And you can send another response to debt collectors with your questions about their claims or just hold on to what they provided. Now, here's the thing. 90% of debt collectors don't reply properly because they are not built to comply with laws. With the credit bureaus, you want to always question their processes if they're actually following one. The credit bureaus receive millions upon millions of requests a day. They're supposed to follow a process for verifying, validating that everything is accurate on your credit report. However, sometimes they don't, and they just send a canned response and never do the investigation because they use automated methods. So your follow-up letter isn't asking them to look into this matter, but you're asking and you're questioning their process, asking for the evidence that they actually did the review to provide this. And you're asking for evidence that they actually did the review to prove that this should be there on your credit report according to the law. Now, if the credit bureaus don't provide a valid response, we can move to addressing them via FTC, a lawyer, or the CFPB. However, 80% of instances won't go this far, as I explained before. Now, I kid you not, that's literally the process for collection in a nutshell. It's a 1-2 punch. There's one way of handling that, and that's what nearly every credit repair company does for you after they audit your credit reports. This is what debt collectors don't want you to know. This is what banks want to keep away from you, right? It's the process. So if you know the process, what letter to send, how to send the letter, and have a little bit of patience, you can do this, right? There's a process or procedure for each type of negative account. Literally anything negative in your report, in your credit report, there is a process and a procedure that you can follow. I just showed you one because most people have a collection on a report of some sort. So let me give you an example of my student, Eric. He's in the finance blueprint, and he saved thousands of dollars in just 45 days by following my dispute process. He's removed all of the collections on his account. Basically, everything that's taught in the program actually works. If you take the fear out of it and just move with it, he went from having 22 negative accounts down to 6 and is on his way to purchase a home. Now, you might be thinking, will disputing my credit make my credit worse? Can't I just pay it all off or settle the debt to improve my credit? Or can't I just dispute online? And last but not least, can I really remove anything from my credit report? The answer to the first 3 questions are no, 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 and the last one is yes. You see, if it's already on your credit report and you're just asking for proof, that's not going to hurt your score. Unfortunately, though, paying a collection does not remove it from your credit report, and disputing online violates your rights and limits your effectiveness. Here's the truth. You can remove almost anything from your credit report if you follow the right disputing processes. I'm talking collections, charge-offs, bankruptcies, repos, student loans, tax liens, and child support. If there's a violation of your rights under the Fair Collection Reporting Act, then it can be removed from your credit. For example, by trusting the process and following it, Anna, who after sending out round 2, said, I had one of her 2 collections deleted for an instant boost of 65 points. So once you combine what I'm going to teach you in secret number 2, that score is really going to go up. Remember, when you lose your excuses and follow a proven step-by-step system, you will get results. Now let's get into how to improve your credit without being a credit expert. Honestly, you don't have to be a genius to have good finances, just like you don't have to be a world-class athlete just to have better health. So many people think, oh, I'm not good at money. I have no clue about my credit. Good credit isn't in my future. I used to feel the same exact way until I did this little trick, and it made all the difference in my credit finances, and more importantly, my happiness. I focused not on my credit, but what I wanted to obtain from improving my credit. I didn't say, I need to get my credit up. I hear that all the time. I need to improve my credit score. I'm tired of renting and paying this landlord. I want to buy a home by the end of this year. So just being laser focused alone put me on the right path to reach that goal. Then I just worked backwards to reach my goal. So let me ask you this. What is your motivation for improving your credit? Do you want to buy a house? Do you want to buy a car? Do you want to show people around you how to be responsible? Do you want to save more on everyday things? Do you want to build wealth and leave a legacy? As you're going through this journey, you need something to think about when stuff gets real and you want to give up. I had to learn this so I could help the people around me. I also wanted to improve my credit so I could stop wasting money on doing the things that I wanted to do, and I could leverage credit in order to be able to travel and start my businesses to really get to where I wanted to be. I want you to finish this sentence. I want to improve my credit so that I can blank. What is that blank for you? I want you to write it down. Write down what you want to improve your credit for. The crazy thing is this. By having specific end goals, you will be more than willing to put in the work to achieve that goal. By having specific end goals, you're going to be able to measure your progress in reaching those goals, which will motivate you to work even harder during this process. By having specific end goals, you not only will end up accomplishing everything that you set out to do, but I'm willing to bet that you will accomplish your goals earlier than you originally planned. So it all starts with the vision, being smart, and crafting a game plan to make that vision a reality, then working the game plan to obtain your vision. I'm willing to bet that you, once again, you went through harder things in life than improving your credit. This is easy if you're willing to put in the work to make it happen. Now, with your why written down and your focus on the goal, let's talk about what's needed to make your goal and credit improvement happen. Once again, you don't need to be a credit expert if you have a specific goal and understand what makes the credit algorithm work. Now, let me ask you a question. What do you think of when you hear the word credit? Put your response in the comments. What do you think of when you hear the word credit? Now, when I hear the word credit, I think of the words leverage, trust, opportunity, things like access, options. I hear positive things, right? I used to associate credit with negative things, but that was before I was educated in its ability to aid and assist me with my goals to simply save me money. However, in its simplest form, credit is just your privilege to borrow money and repay it at a future date. So you may decide to repay the money in full over a period of time, also known as installments, but credit may or may not involve paying interest. So let me give you an example of credit. Let's say you accidentally left your wallet at home and borrowed $10 from a coworker so you can and not pass out from eating all day. Naturally, you promise to pay him back the next day, and guess what you just used? You use your credit. You use your name and your stellar track record of returning the stapler to borrow $10 for food. Now, your amazing stapler return track record was what allowed you to borrow $10 in your time of crisis. Now, this, of course, is an oversimplified example of what credit is, but you use credit every day when you ask someone to do a favor. My girlfriend hits me with this line all the time. Babe, can you please do me a favor every single day? That's her using her credit. The fact is, we all need credit, and our credit impacts us even if we don't plan to use it anytime soon. You want insurance? Your credit will be checked. You want a job? Your credit will be checked. Do you want a house? Guess what? Your credit will be checked. So we know what credit is and why we need it. Let's talk about the credit report for a second. Your credit score is a 3-digit number which represents how good you are at returning lunch money, aka paying back and managing loans. Officially, it's the statistical metric to determine your likelihood of default within a 90-day period, meaning can you pay your bills in 90 days? To put it another way, your credit is a byproduct of your financial behavior. The good news is you have way more control over your credit score than you think. As a matter of fact, like 4 out of the 5 things we're about to talk about for secret number 2, you have the ability to control and immediately improve. Let's talk about what you need to do to improve your score. This is what I did for myself, my mom, my family, and my friends, and my clients, and I've taught thousands of other people to focus on this and do it. So once you know the rules of the game, you can win. Generally, credit scores have a range of 300 to 850, and you have the ability to gain 550 points. Now, to remember this, put up your hand, and I want you to say 35, 30, 15, 10, and 10, starting at your thumb. Your thumb is the 35, your pointing finger is the 30, your middle finger is 15, your ring finger is 10, and then the pinky is the other 10. This is the number sequence that I've memorized for dominating my credit. As a matter of fact, write this down or take a screenshot right now. 35, 30, 15, 10, and 10. So 35% of your score is paying your bills on time. 30% of your score is your total utilization, or the amounts owed. 15% of your score is how long you've had credit. And 10% of your score is your types of credit. Our credit mix is the last 10% of our score to help you increase your credit. Now let's break down even more so you understand it, so you know what to focus on. If you have the ability to gain or lose 550 points, 190.50 points of your score is paying on time, 165 points of your score is your total utilization or amounts owed, 82.5 of your points or score is how long you had credit, and 55 points of your score is the type of credit, and of course the last 55 is your new credit or the inquiries. So when you break it down from percentages to points, you can easily see it's not rocket science. This is math, not magic. So we have our why. We know what credit is, what credit bureaus are, why our scores are always different. We even know the 5 parts that go into calculating a credit score. Now we need to zero in on those 5 parts to see what we can do to improve our score even more. This is what I did with my mom, my family members, and my friends, and myself, of course. Once I was able to figure out the rules, I was able to play the game. So the first 2 things we talked about gave us a reason for playing the game and the rules of the game. Now let me show you how to dominate. So to recap, the 5 things that go into calculating your score is 35, 30, 15, 10, and 10. You got that? Let's break it down into what you can do to get all the points in the 2 most important brackets, the 30 and the 35. Once again, you stay at the end and you're going to get a gift in your email box to help out with this as well. 35% or 192.5 points of your score is simply paying your bills on time. So what is meant by paying your bills on time? It's paying the minimum payment, right? You have to pay the bill by the due date. So if you have a car note of $350 that's due on the 24th, that means by the 24th, you need to pay, and you guessed it right, $350. You don't trick the credit card system by paying 3 times in a month. The easiest way to ensure that you will always pay your bills on time is by setting up automatic payments and a budget. By doing this, you will ensure that you will always pay your bills on time, thus getting all 192.50 points on your credit. If I was you, I will call up all my credit card companies and people I owe money to. I will set up automatic payments where they take the money out of your account or using your bank's bill pay services to set up automatic payments where you send them the money. By doing this, you'll be covering or paying your bills. When I did this for myself, I had over 10 people that I had to call. I started looking at all these bills, and when I started doing this, I realized, damn, there's a lot of stuff that I need to do. So by simply doing this exercise, I'm willing to bet that you can save a ton of money on interest and late fees. So by simply doing this exercise, I'm willing to bet you can save a ton of money on those late fees. So you have a list of your monthly bills written down right now, yes or no? If you don't have it, go ahead and do that really quick. Put that in the comment sections. Do you have automatic payments or do you make manual payments? I would highly suggest that you automate your minimum payments to your installment and revolving credit accounts. Now, this will guarantee that you get all of the 35% points. This will guarantee that you will not miss any of the payments. That's 192.5 points that you can get by automating some things, and it's so easy to do. Let's talk about 30% of your score, 165 points, which is something called amounts owed or your total utilization. Now, the credit algorithm adds up all of your limits and divides by what you're using to get this number. However, there's one thing that a lot of people do not know. Number one is that utilization or amounts owed only matter with revolving credit. And number two, you have something called total utilization, but individual utilization matters as well. So do you know what revolving credit is? If you do, please put it in the comments what you think revolving credit is. As a matter of fact, did you know that you only have 2 types of credit, right? One is revolving and the other is installment. So what are some types of revolving credit? What do you think that is? Put that down in the comment section. Here's the definition of revolving credit. A revolving credit is the debt owed on an account that you can repeatedly use and pay back without having to reapply every time credit is used. Credit cards are the most common type of revolving credit, and they weigh the heaviest. Here's the definition of installment credit. Installment credit is the debt that's paid at regular times over a specified period. Examples of installment debt include your mortgage, auto loans, personal loans, credit builder loans, student loans, and putting your rent on your credit report. All right? All of those things are installment loans. A big mistake that people make is assuming that paying off installment credits or obtaining installment credit will improve their credit score. I know a lot of people have major influence getting this wrong on a daily basis, so let me make this very clear for you. If your goal is to improve your credit, paying off your car loan, student loan, mortgage, personal loan, getting a self-lender loan, getting your rent payments put on your credit report, that's not going to help you with your credit score. Your score would actually go down before it goes up with those things. So your focus should be on manipulating revolving credit, paying it down, or obtaining more of that. Why? Installment loans only care about you paying on time, whereas revolving credit cares about paying on time and how you use it. That's giving you way more points because you impact the 35% and 30% brackets at the same exact time with revolving credits. So when my girlfriend and I were talking about improving her credit, the first thing we did was write down all her credit cards, her credit limits, and compared them versus her balances. Now, she didn't have a problem paying her bills on time. I don't think a lot of people do. She had a problem with her utilization percentage. She was at a 79% credit card utilization, which is a big no-no. Even though she was paying on time, she was seen as a risk. A lot of people abide by that 30% rule, and that's a lie. That is not where your balances should be at all. So you have 3 options to lower your utilization. Option number 1 is pay down the debt. Option number 2 is to get bigger limits on existing cards and add new cards with bigger limits to lower the utilization. And then option 3 is to do both. So for my girlfriend and myself, we opted to do both. and our score started going up like crazy. The easiest way to do this is to get guaranteed approval credit cards with big limits, as well as have a written game plan via budget to focus on paying down the debt and getting large limits at the same time. So this class is about credit, and we won't get into the how to create the perfect budget class. However, it's a huge component to your credit score, and it makes managing your money way easier. And you know, credit is a byproduct of you managing your money, aka your financial behavior. So here's Jessica. She was able to get her score from 400 to 690 within 6 months of doing everything on her own that she took in our course. Now, you might be thinking, I'm afraid I'm going to make a mistake or make my situation worse. I don't know where to start. I was never taught about money. I don't have the discipline, right? Now, here's the thing. Everyone is afraid. No one knew where to start. We weren't born and taught about money and discipline. It's something that you work at. Remember this. The truth is, when you determine what you want, you'll be motivated to execute on that. With motivation, all you need is the right steps to follow to reach your goals, right? You don't need to be an expert. You simply have to have enough motivation or desire to be willing to change your circumstances. You don't need to be an expert to start. Remember, when you lose your excuses and follow a proven system, you will find results. Once again, you don't need to be an expert. You just need to have a clear vision of what you want and the proper system and steps to get you there. Now that moves us to secret number 3, which is how to improve your credit when you are short on time, because no one has time nowadays. If I had a nickel for every time I heard someone say, I don't have enough time to improve my credit, I will be extremely wealthy. The main reason why you think you don't have enough time to improve your credit is because you really don't know where to start. So this is where I was when I was trying to figure it all out. I had to bounce from Facebook group to Facebook group and YouTube channel to YouTube channel. This is what it can feel like when you don't have step-by-step guidance to reach your goals. This is what it feels like. It will feel like you're going in circles and simply wasting your time using just some of what I taught you in this class. You can start improving your credit immediately. However, you can actually improve your credit to reach your goals with just 10 minutes a day. You can do this in the morning before work. You can do this on your lunch break or as soon as you get off work. I'm sure you can find 10 minutes a day to reach your goals. You can do this in the morning, evening, or night. The real question is, do you have 10 minutes a day that you can commit to reaching your goals? We are all busy, but to act like you don't have 10 minutes for something so important is just crazy to me. It's just 10 minutes and it will change your life for the better. So let's go ahead and recap. Here's what I was showing you today. How to remove negative items from your credit report, the process for doing so for collections, how to improve your credit without being a credit expert by focusing on those 2 things, and how to improve your credit when you are short on time. So at this point, you have 2 options, okay? Number 1 is you take the information that I shared with you today, and you can just try to do it yourself without any help or just go out on your own. Or number 2 is you can get it right the first time by learning from someone that has done it successfully over and over for himself and thousands of people. And you can get 24/7 help from thousands of people that I've helped to do it successfully. And you'll be saving a lot of time by doing number 2. If you're going to choose number 2, let me know. Put it really quick in the chat. Can everybody put a 1 or a 2 in the chat? I want to see which one that you end up choosing. So 1 is you go get it alone and spend a lot of time trying to figure it out, wasting a lot of money. Or number 2 is you get the help and you get it done right the first time quickly. So let me know in the chat box. Which one do you choose? All right, so I do think I see a lot of 2s. 2s, 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 2s. Oh, more 2s. Awesome. So obviously you should choose number 2. That's a smart decision, and here's why. All the success screenshots I showed you today, along with these people right here, as I said, they all have one thing in common, is that they all purchased a premium product from me. And that premium product is my online training and mastermind community. And that is why I'm so happy to introduce it to you today. I would like to introduce to you the How to Fix Your Credit course inside of the Finance Blueprint. Now, this one program, this one course alone has changed so many lives that we're constantly updating it with new information. You see, the methods that I showed you today, they only scratch the surface, not even a dent. It's enough to get you started. It's enough to get you out there. It's enough to motivate you, right? But if you really want to get massive results and the support you need to do it right, then the How to Fix Your Credit course is the course for you. Now, the Finance Blueprint's How to Fix Your Credit course is a do-it-yourself course that's all about helping you improve your credit score quickly and permanently so that you can leverage your improved credit to obtain homes, cars, and rental properties. Its only purpose is to empower you and teach you everything you need to know about your credit so that you can see results quickly and reach your credit-related goals as fast as possible. We have students seeing results in less than 45 days with the information in the course, and the people you've seen throughout this presentation have taken and used this course. So let me break down just some of the things you're going to get in the Finance Blueprint's How to Fix Your Credit course. Number one is you're going to get the 100+ dispute letters for every credit situation, the exact letters that the hundreds of credit repair companies I train use. All you have to do is modify for your unique situation and send it off, and I'll show you how to do that as well. The second thing you're going to get is you're going to get my disputing process and templates. So having the letters isn't enough. You need to be able to track your processes along the way to ensure the credit bureaus, original creditors, and debt collectors are going to do what they're supposed to do. You are also going to get my guaranteed approval credit card boosting credit plan. I'll show you step by step how to build credit properly while you're working on getting items removed. You will also get my step-by-step procedures on how to remove any type of negative item on your credit report. You get my exact systems for handling collections, bankruptcies, student loans, charge-offs, repossessions, late payments. And for example, the process for handling collections is different than a charge-off. Tackling a bankruptcy is different from a repossession. I demystify the process and tell you exactly what to do and when. You also get my step-by-step procedures on building and obtaining credit, regardless of your credit score. I show you what you should do if your score is between 0 to 640 and what you should do if your credit score is 640 and above. You also get a world-class credit education. It's not enough to simply tell you what letter to send, how to respond, and how to build credit. I would teach you the whys behind it all, so you can go on to teach your loved ones as well. You'd be a credit expert and 100% credit self-sufficient. You will know how to understand, improve, and protect your credit as if you are a trained credit expert. I sold this course alone in the past for $497. And honestly, I could have sold it for so much more because of all the value it provides. However, since you are in this class, I'm not going to sell it for you at that high of a price. Now you might be thinking, will the How to Fix Your Credit course work for me? The answer is 100% yes. This course is for anyone who wants or needs to improve their credit regardless of income. This is for people who want to improve their credit so they can stop renting and own a home. If you're an entrepreneur or a person who wants to start a business and wants to leverage your personal credit, then this course is for you. This course definitely works for people who want to save money on everyday items. This course works for anyone regardless of their financial knowledge or education level. I break it down step by step. Now you might be thinking, wow, this course sounds awesome, but I can't get started because I don't have $497 to take this awesome course, and I don't have the knowledge to improve my credit. Now here's the good news. You can get our proven step-by-step system to reach your credit goals for less than $1 a day. You can improve your credit for the fraction of what your cell phone costs. You can improve your credit for less than 2 number ones at your favorite fast food restaurant. That's not all, because you're also going to get my credit success tools. Now I'm going to give you a discount on the best credit monitoring for actually repairing your credit. You would get credit monitoring on all 3 credit bureaus, identity theft protection for your family, daily alerts, and monthly score tracking, so that you can respond to anything that may pop up. A score simulator, $1 million in identity theft protection for you that will cover your legal fees and loss of funds. If you are a victim of identity theft, and complete coverage or protection of your information from the dark web. Many people think you can rely on, say, Credit Karma or Credit Sesame or credit reports from the credit bureaus to repair or monitor your credit. Those are actually the worst credit monitorings that you can use. Why? Well, they will all sell your data to debt collectors and creditors. They also do not offer enough information within a credit report to perform an actual credit repair. The How to Fix Your Credit course and the Credit Success Tools will help you get rid of negative items from your credit report. The fear of improving your credit past financial mistakes, wasting money, wasting time, and protect you from identity theft issues. So when I first started, it took me years of trial and error to figure out what worked. These tools simplified the credit repair and improvement process for me. These are the same tools that I use in my successful credit repair company. You're getting the same information and tools that a credit repair professional would use. This will save you a ton of time and money because you don't have to figure out what credit laws, you don't have to figure out legal language, you don't have to figure out what letter to send in your unique situation, you don't have to figure out the best credit monitoring, you don't have to figure out the best way to build credit and improve credit. I'm laying it all out on a silver platter. So this is what you're going to get for less than $1 a day. The How to Fix Your Credit course with step-by-step instructions on how to understand, improve, build, and protect your credit, as well as the credit success tools for a total value of $994. You might be thinking I'm not good with technology, and that's not a problem because the Finance Blueprint includes videos and transcriptions of everything. If you can work a smartphone or a computer, you can use these tools. If you're on this class, then you can use the Finance Blueprint with no problem. And I could have stopped right there, and that would be worth it, right? However, I'm not done. So after you improve your credit, you're going to need guidance and direction for using your credit properly. There's literally no point of showing you how to improve your credit if I do not show you how to manage your money properly. You and I know that 85% of your credit score is how you manage your money, right? So I want to show you step by step how to manage your money to not only improve your credit faster, but to reach all of your non-credit related goals as well. So I'm not done. You're also getting, in addition to the How to Fix Your Credit course and credit success tools, you will get access to the How to Create the Perfect Budget course in order to reach your goals at no additional charge. So 85% of your credit score is how you manage your money. The number one tool that will keep you on track with managing your money is a budget. The problem is many people want to budget, they just don't know where to start. Well, I'll be removing that problem for you with this course. I break down step by step everything you need to create a budget to reach your goals without requiring you to give up everything you love, meaning you can still have fun. When I first started out, I had to figure out all of this on my own. I didn't have anyone to give me any approving game plan. It took me years of trial and error and thousands of dollars to figure this out, but you won't have to because once again, I'm giving it all to you on a silver platter. This is what you're going to get for less than $1 a day. The How to Fix Your Credit course with the step-by-step instructions on how to understand, improve, build, and protect your credit, as well as the credit success tools and the How to Create the Perfect Budget course for a total of $14.91. Now, by having all three of these things, it's going to make it faster and easy for you to improve and fix your credit. How? Because all you have to do is follow the directions laid out for you. Trust me, you've been through way harder things in your life than to click and play something, spending 10 minutes and following my voice to tell you what to do. So we have Jocelyn here who's able to follow the instructions and was able to get her score to jump up 97 points, and she had 18 bad items deleted. That's a lot. You have Roland over here who was able to get 17 items deleted off of his credit. As you can see, his score jumped up 98 points when he started, and then now, as I took the screenshot, he's hovering around 640. Now here we have Twilight. She created a budget which has helped her pay down her debt. She took our How to Fix Your Credit course, and now she's hovering in TransUnion about 734 and Equifax about 767. Now, do you mind if I over-deliver? Because I could have stopped right there and that would be worth it. However, I'm not done. So you will know how to improve your credit without wasting money on expensive credit repair services. You will know how to budget to reach your goals, pay off debt faster, and save more. What else could I possibly give you to make this better? All for less than $1 a day? How does everything you need to dominate your financial goals sound? In addition to How to Fix Your Credit course, credit success tools, and How to Create the Perfect Budget course, I'm going to teach you how to invest in the stock market. I'm going to teach you how to buy a home the smart way. I'm going to teach you how to buy a car the smart way. And I want to show you how to get a pay raise. I'm going to show you step by step how to start a business and build business credit. I'm going to show you how to turn your purpose into profit. I'm even going to show you how to dominate Instagram, all for less than $1 a day. So now let's add it all up. You're getting the How to Fix Your Credit course valued at $497, the Credit Success Tools valued at $497, the How to Create the Perfect Budget course with a value of $497, to the How to Invest in the Stock Market course for a value of $497, the How to Buy a Home the Smart Way valued at $497, How to Buy a Car the Smart Way valued at $497, How to Get a Pay Raise valued at $497, How to Start a Business and Obtain Business Credit worth $997, The Purpose to Profit on Instagram for a value of $297. That means you're getting $5,367 in value for less than $1 a day. I'm giving you everything that you need that you should have learned about your finances in school for the most affordable price possible. I'm giving you the tools and lessons that will empower you to change your family tree. If all that I'm offering you isn't enough, I still thought of more things I can add to make this an absolute no-brainer for you. Now let's talk about the most important component yet. Most people start things with great intentions, but as soon as they hit a single bump, they give up. Now, why is that? Well, to be brutally honest, because of their environment, their friends, and their family cannot understand what they're trying to do, they doubt them, and that makes them doubt themselves. So when you don't have support, usually friends and family aren't supportive of the new you. You see, success thrives in an environment of support and withers and dies in an environment without it. I know what it feels like because I spent years in a group of family and friends that were all underachievers that kept me down. Once I started hanging around the successful people, I began to become successful, right? Birds of a feather flock together. You can find a mentor in a book, in YouTube, in person. I became successful identifying those people. So you need to be in an environment of people that speak the same language and have the same goals as you. They're on the same mission as you. You need to be around people that lift you up and encourage you, of course, and not put you down. That's exactly why I created the Financial Freedom Elite community. We have many students working and achieving their financial goals, and they are more than willing to help you succeed as well. The Finance Blueprint and the Financial Freedom Elite Community Mastermind, you can ask a question here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to get help. You can grab an accountability partner and get emotional support when you feel frustrated. There's people all over the world in this group, and there's always somebody online ready to help you. And you can get emotional support when you feel frustrated as well. Now, if all that I'm offering isn't enough, I wanted to add a cherry on top, okay? The Finance Blueprint also has live office hours. Yep. In addition to the 24/7 support, our instructors will also host live webinars and classes to answer your most pressing questions once a month. The last few live office hours went for an hour and a half and answered over 120 questions live on air. The good news is that we record all the office hours so you can watch the replay at any time. So let's recap everything you're getting for less than $1 a day. You're getting that How to Fix Your Credit course with a value of $497, the Credit Success Tools for a value of $497, the How to Create the Perfect Budget course for a value of $497, the How to Invest in the Stock Market course for a value of $497, the How to Buy a Home the Smart Way course for a value of $497, the How to Get a Pay Raise course for a value of $497, the How to Start a Business and Obtain Business Credit course for a value of $997, the Purpose to Profit Challenge for a value of $297, the 52-week Savings Challenge for a value of $297, and the Purpose to Profit on Instagram for a value of $297. Now, once you add in the private Finance Blueprint community, that's valued priceless, but you're going to say $997 here. The live office hours is definitely $997 because that answers tons of questions. That means you're getting $7,361 of value for less than $1 a day. I'm giving you everything that you should have learned about finances in school for the most affordable price possible. I'm giving you the tools and lessons that will empower you to change your family tree and the support you need 24/7. Now, I had 3 choices when I decided what to price this at today. I could, number one, make this affordable so everyone could gain access, but it would have poor quality. Or I could charge a lot of money, work with a few people, and provide a ton of value. Or number 3 is I can make this affordable and provide a ton of value. So I chose option number 3. Since you're in this class, it means you're serious about getting results. So I'm going to give you everything you need to win financially this year. a total value of $7,361 for less than $1 a day. So when you're screening, you should see a link to sign up now. Click the link. We have to put it in the chat box, and I believe it's to the right of your screen as well. Now, if you'd like to enroll, you simply click the link, click the button on the right side of your screen to enroll. It will look like this. And again, it will take you right to the enrollment page. Now, think about this for a second. If all this did was show you how to improve your credit by 100 points, would it be worth it? If all this did was help you pay off your car early, buy a home, start a business, would it be worth it? If all this did was put you in a position to be financially free so you can control your own destiny, would it be worth it? If all this did was save you thousands of dollars on interest a year because of your improved credit and financial skills, would it be worth it? If all this did was give you 24-hour access to thousands of people with the same mindset as you, and they want to see you achieve your financial goals, would it be worth it? I think it would be worth it. Listen, I'm even going to sweeten the pot even more, right? So I have some fast action bonuses I'm going to give away. Now, this is for people who take this offer by the end of this webinar, but we still have the Q&A session. It's going to be 3 exclusive bonuses. If you're on this webinar, you decide to enroll before it ends, you will get them. If you sign up before this class is over, I will not only give you $7,361 in value, but I'll throw in 3 amazing bonuses. Bonus number 1 is my 10 financial commandments for dominating your finances. These are 10 financial steps that you can implement over the next 14 days to drastically improve your credit situation or your financial situation and reach your goals even faster. Bonus number 2 is the fastest way to pay off your debt. I show you the fastest and most effective ways to pay off your debt so you can start saving more, investing more, and of course, building wealth. And bonus number 3 is your multi-million-dollar generational wealth building plan. So I'll give you the blueprint on how to leave a legacy and generate wealth so your family will never have to worry about money again. So let's recap everything you're going to get for less than $1 a day. You're going to get the How to Fix Your Credit course valued at $497, the Credit Success Tools valued at $497, the How to Create the Perfect Budget course valued at $497, the How to Invest in the Stock Market course for $497, the How to Buy a Home the Smart Way course for a value of $497, the How to Get a Pay Raise course for the value of $497, How to Start a Business and Obtain Business Credit course for a value of $997, the Purpose to Profit Challenge for a value of $297, the 52-week Savings Challenge for a value of $297, and the Purpose to Profit on Instagram for a value of $297. Then you start adding in the private finance blueprint community for a value of $997, the live office hours with instructors for $997. That means you're getting $7,361 of value for less than $1 a day. And once again, I'm giving you everything that you should have learned about finances in school at the most affordable price possible. The tools, the lessons that will empower you to change your financial, your family tree, and 24/7 support. And then let's add in the bonuses, all right? The 10 financial commandments for a value of $497. Bonus number 2, the fastest way to pay off your debt for a value of $197. Number 3 is your multi-million-dollar generational wealth plan for a value of $997. That brings a total value of $9,502 in value, right? And you're getting all $9,052 of value for less than $1 a day. It's a no-brainer at this price point. It seriously is. Now, if you'd like to enroll, you can simply click the button on the right side of your screen to enroll. It would look like this. And again, it will take you right to the enrollment page. You'll be signed right in. You'll get immediate access to everything. You don't even have to wait to take any courses. Everything is available for you immediately. Now, the truth is, I'm nothing special. You know my story. Didn't grow up with money. Didn't know how to manage money. Knew nothing about money. It wasn't until someone I love needed help and I couldn't help them. And I had to make the choice because, life is all about choices. So when my girlfriend came to me and broke down her financial situation, I had 2 choices. And you have 2 choices as well. So when you realize when I realized how bad my financial situation was, I had another choice to make. Your first choice is just like my choice, which was to do nothing, remain the same. And that's very costly and it's also risky. So why is doing nothing risky? Well, if you're not improving, how much will that cost you? How much are you wasting on rent? How much is your family losing out on you by not taking control of your finances? Doing nothing and remaining the same will cost you a lot of money. However, doing nothing costs you more than just money. It can cost you your dreams, it can cost you your happiness, it can cost you your legacy, and it can even cost you your freedom, right? Because the bottom line is this: you can build something great. I've already helped hundreds and hundreds of people build something great while reaching their financial goals. But you need help. And I'm here, and my community is here to help you win. So, to recap, not only are you getting what you need to improve your credit, but you're getting all you need to dominate all of your financial goals for less than $1 a day. Click the button on the right of your screen or the link in the chat to get started. Now, what I would like to do is have my assistant grab some questions from the group and some of the ones that got put on my survey prior to the class. I'm going to go ahead and answer some questions, all right? I promised I would do a Q&A, so if you don't get your question answered, simply know that it's because we have a bunch of people on and I can only answer so many. But I definitely will get back to you if you send us an email if I don't answer your question in this Q&A session. And also, don't forget, if you sign up before the end of this class, you will get those 3 bonuses. So question number 1, is this a do-it-yourself program or will you help me one-on-one? The Finance Blueprint is a do-it-yourself program. I'll give you all you need to win financially no matter your education level for costs that you can actually afford. This is essentially better than the one-on-one in my opinion because you're getting me at a fraction of the cost. You're getting everything you need at a fraction of the cost, and I'm empowering you to do it on your own. I'm teaching you to fish, right? The other question is, how can I fix or repair my credit with limited income? You don't need a lot of money to improve your credit. The process is the same if you make $1 million a year or if you get a Social Security check. What you need is a proven system so you don't waste money or time. If your income is limited, you want to get the best program and community possible. So you want to do it right the first time because you don't have the time nor the money to mess up. So this is what I'm offering in the blueprint. And of course, you can fix your credit with limited income. However, you want to make sure you're doing things the right way. How long does it usually take to improve your credit 100 points? It varies. I've seen people gain 100 points in my blueprint within 45 days. However, the average over the last couple of years I've seen getting 100 points in roughly 90 to 100 days. It's a little bit more realistic now. And to be 100% honest, it's the combination of disputing, credit building, budgeting, focus, and accountability that makes the score jump that quickly, that fast. Once again, you know this is math, not magic. It's very similar to fitness. If you work out and eat right, you will see results quickly. If you follow proven disputing procedures and a budget and build credit and stay on track, you'll get results very quickly. Will this help me with any negative account? Yes. The Finance Blueprint has over 100 plus dispute letters and templates for challenging any negative item on your credit: late payments, inquiries, repos, evictions, foreclosures, charge-off, collections, tax liens, judgments, you name it. There is a process or letter for it. Does disputing items on your credit hurt it even more? Disputing items in your credit will not make your credit score worse. If it's on your credit report already, it's already negatively impacting you. So challenging items does not reset how long it will remain on your credit report either. I covered this a bit more details within the education sections of the How to Fix Your Credit course, but it's in your right to ask if things are correctly being represented on your credit report. You don't get hurt for asking. I just want to clean my credit. What if I don't want the other courses? No problem. Then only take the courses that apply to your situation. However, I wanted to give you everything you needed to win financially. After you improve your credit, generally people want to buy a house, right? So I want to educate you on everything you need to make that happen. I want you to be so educated that you can almost be a real estate agent or a mortgage officer or a loan officer. Maybe you want to buy a car. I wanted to educate you on the best way to do that. I want to educate you on everything you need to make that happen. So my goal is not only to help you improve your credit, but to help you improve your life. However, the price to take just one course is the same to have them all. So it's a scenario I wanted to be there for you when you make some of your biggest life decisions. You're improving your credit for a reason. It's either to start a business, to buy a car, to get a house, to get some form of loan. I wanted to walk you through all of these things. Is this an MLM, a multi-level marketing company? This is not an MLM. I'm not associated with any multi-level marketing companies. I would not recruit you to be inside of an MLM. This is simply the best and probably only financial education you would need about credit improvement for the best price possible. I will be bold to say that this would be the last course you even need for budgeting and home buying. Listen, everyone has student loan debt. You know you can still improve your credit with the processes and procedures that I will show you with a lot of student loan debt. The budget and business course will help you as well. So like the budget course will show you how to pay those student loans. And the business courses will hopefully help you think of some ways to make more money to pay them off faster. Your debt is a part of your credit score, but it's not the only thing. Student loans are just an installment loan. Will they show me how to get credit even with no or low scores? Yes. The How to Fix Your Credit course has an entire section and bonus section dedicated to building credit. I'll show you the best way to improve your score if you have a 0 to 640 score. If your credit score is 0, it means that you have 0 credit at all. This course is also if you have a 640 and above. We help you build your credit. So even with low credit, even if you have been denied before, yes, this can help you. If I pay off or settle negative accounts on my credit report, will my credit score improve? This is one of those things I've seen floating around in Facebook groups. Unfortunately, paying a collection, you would just satisfy that legal obligation to pay the debt if you even had it in the first place. And there are only a few scenarios where it makes sense to pay off a collection or charge off. I break all those instances down in the blueprint. However, say you did pay off the items already because you thought it might help your score. Following the procedure in the blueprint gives you a chance of having them removed much earlier than 7 years plus 180 days. Also, the lessons on building credit will speed up the credit improvement process. But unfortunately, settling or paying those negative accounts does not help your credit score. Do you need to have money to have good or excellent credit? Absolutely not. There are so many people who are doctors, lawyers, athletes, and businessmen and women who make a lot of money a year and have horrible credit. I know because I know a few of them personally, and some of them are my clients. Then you might have someone who has 2 or 3 jobs with excellent credit. Your income, age, location, sex, or job has nothing to do with your credit score. What will get you an amazing credit score is following a proven system, having goals, having financial discipline, and accountability when things get tough. That is what I'm offering in the Finance Blueprint. What are the best ways to build credit? The best way to build or improve credit, if you had a troubled past or no credit at all, is via revolving credit. I do have a complete list of things you can do in the Finance Blueprint. However, since you made it this far into the class, whoever stays to the end will receive an email with some credit boosting methods. I even include a credit card they report 6 times a month, so you'll get a boost within 14 days of getting it. With that said, getting revolving credit isn't enough. It's how you use it. So some people think you should be at 30% of the limit. The reality is you need to only use between 1 and 7% of your limit to start gaining all 165 points. The biggest lie I've heard going around is that 30% rule. I personally only use 1% of my credit card utilization. Will this help me remove inquiries from my credit report? It's unfortunate that when you apply for a car or a house, they run your credit a bunch of times. So yes, I do have an entire section in the blueprint dedicated to inquiry removal as well. Will this help me get a repossession off my credit report? Now, repossessions are a different beast, and I have a special section for how to handle them. You're going to have to deal with the credit bureaus, the auto loan dealer, and state-specific requirements. You cannot treat a repo, whether it's voluntary, which means that you gave it back, or involuntary, which means that they took it back, the same as you do a late payment or a collection. However, yes, I do have a specific procedure and letters for repossessions. How can I stop negative accounts from coming back after removing it? This is why I have the credit monitoring and the credit success tools. Just like you can't stop someone from drinking and driving or driving like an idiot, you can't stop a collection agency from breaking the law. You also can't stop a collection agency from selling a non-collectible debt to another sucker. Now, you can only prepare for it and respond accordingly. So the law states you must be told in writing within 5 days of reinsertion on your credit report. However, in the Finance Blueprint, we have step-by-step procedures for handling reappearances of debt as well. If I filed for bankruptcy, would this help me? Now, to recover from a bankruptcy, you need to be 100. You need to first be 100% honest on why it happened to ensure that behavior is no longer present. So unless we're talking about some serious medical debt or something out of your control, Either case, the How to Fix Your Credit course and the Perfect Budget course will definitely help you boost your credit score coming out of a bankruptcy. The other thing that's unfortunate about bankruptcy is that you don't qualify for many revolving credit cards. You don't qualify for those cards, aka credit cards. So the guaranteed approval cards and how you use them will definitely help you. I included that as well, as I've seen someone within 1 year of a bankruptcy increase their score to 700. You need to be ready to change your behavior and work the process. But inside the blueprint, I will give you all you need to succeed before, during, and after your bankruptcy. And the live office hours in the private community will definitely help you as well. When a debt is sold to a third party, does that restart the 7-year clock all over again? So this is a huge misconception. Debt collectors like to play on your ignorance of the law. There's something called a statute of limitations. I cover this in the finance blueprint as well. But you have a state statute of limitations and a federal statute of limitations. The state statute of limitations determines when you can no longer be sued, and it varies depending on state and type of contract. The federal statute of limitations is what credit reporting is based on. It's generally 7.5 years from the date of your last payment. And it has nothing to do if the debt is transferred or sold to a third party. So just make sure you don't have any partial payments and reset your clock. You don't want to do any payment plans or anything like that. That might hurt you. Should I buy a trading line to improve my credit? There are tons of companies making a lot of money selling trade lines. But one thing they don't tell you is that it's temporary. Sometimes it won't help you. And third, you have to give all your personal information to a stranger, which opens you up to identity theft. So I'm not a fan of buying them. But why pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for a temporary boost, if it's even going to give you a boost at all? I think you should get trade lines in your own name. You can have full control and maintain the boost. In the finance blueprint, I do teach you how to get trade lines and the best one to get. So a trade line is simply an account. You want to make sure that trade lines are primary as in your own name. No one can take them away from you. If you're going to spend thousands of dollars, spend thousands of dollars helping yourself for things that are going to be permanent versus temporary. And finally, you're probably thinking, is this right for me? If you are a do-it-yourself type person and you want to understand how credit works so you can drastically improve your credit score on your own, then this is for you. If you want to stop renting a home and purchase one or a rental property, then this is for you. Or in general, this is for you if you want to obtain assets instead of liabilities. This is for you if you want to build wealth, save money, and become financially free. This is for you if you are once again a person who wants more than what they're getting right now. If you want to be around a community of people 24/7 who are just like you, striving for something and supporting you, then this is for you. So in closing, let's recap everything you're getting. You're getting, for less than $1 a day, How to Fix Your Credit course valued at $497. The Credit Success Tools valued at $497. How to Create the Perfect Budget course valued at $497. How to Invest in the Stock Market valued at $497. How to Buy a Home the Smart Way valued at $497. How to Buy a Car the Smart Way course valued at $497. How to Get a Pay Raise course valued at $497. How to Start a Business and Obtain Business Credit course for $997. The Purpose to Profit Challenge for $297. The 52-Week Savings Challenge for a value of $297. The Purpose to Profit on Instagram for a value of $297. The Private Finance Blueprint Community for $997. Live Office Hours for $997. And once again, that's $7,361 in value for less than $1 a day. And then once you start adding in the bonuses, the 10 Financial Commandments for $497. Bonus number 2 is the fastest way to pay off your debt for $197 of value. And the third one is the multi-million-dollar generational wealth building plan for $997. That brings a total value of $9,052 for less than $1 a day. Now, if you'd like to enroll once again, you can simply click the button on the right side of your screen to enroll. It will look like this. And again, it will take you right to the enrollment page. I want to thank you so much for attending this webinar. I really appreciate it. You and I know that you'll have a ton of success inside the blueprint. Now, if you have any other questions, simply reply to any email that we sent you. And once again, thank you so much for attending. I cannot wait to see you in that private group. I cannot wait to see you in the live office hours. Have a good one.